That Ponzi Harry Sidebottom's here. Can't we ban him from the club? Ferguson could do it, why can't I? Hello everybody. Thank you for coming out, members of the press. Now, I'm sure ahead of this big Champions League game there are going to be some questions, so yeah. Ah, yes, Harry Sidebottom, British journalist. Now, Aussie, you sit 10 points off the top of the table after only 10 games. Are you concerned at all? No, I wouldn't say we're concerned. I mean, it's not ideally where we'd like to be, that's for sure. But it's early days in the year, and I think if you have a look at who we've played compared to who table-topping Everton have played, I think that gap will come back to us. So, no, I'm not concerned at all. Yes, if I may. Now, Messi is rumoured to be signing a contract extension. Do you have any comment on that? Yeah, I don't want to count chickens before they've signed on the dotted line, but it does look as though we've been speaking to Lionel, and it looks as though we've come to an agreement. So yeah, we're hoping that he will be back here again next season, yeah. Yes, finally for me, Lazar Markovic will be returning to Villa Park with the Schalke team. Do you fear him at all? Fear him? No, not at all, mate. We don't fear anybody at this club. I mean, Lazar served both me and the club with distinction, and so we have nothing but kind words to say about him. But that said, short of maybe a quick conversation after the final whistle, there will be no special treatment for Lazar on the day, no. If there's any more questions, no? Alright, thank you for coming out, and we will see you on the pitch. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa and welcome to episode 83 of Raise the Holte, our bid for world domination with Aston Villa. And since last episode, things have gone okay. Now today we're playing 2 games against Schalke at home in the Champions League and then away to Spurs in the Premier League. That is a really big game. As you've just heard, we are struggling still a little bit in the league, but results have definitely picked up. It's sort of more a legacy of a bit of a slow start than anything else. Now, after last game was the episode where, of course, the kids went out and absolutely destroyed Lincoln City, we went and we played Southampton at home in the league, and this was a solid enough performance, to be honest. The second half penalty save from Cadell probably made it look a little bit more comfortable than it was. That would have made it 2-1 if that had gone in. Lab with a double early on in the first half, and Lee Hendry, an absolute belter, to wrap up the points for us in the stoppage time. That was a really good performance. You can see from the player ratings and the match stats, we were quite dominant in that one. Then we went and we played Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League, and they absolutely fell to pieces in this game. They were okay in the first half. I think we were 2-0 up at half-time. They absolutely fell to pieces second half. It was Silla with a double. It was Rodrigo. It was Nepo. An own goal, an absolutely stunning own goal. And Brian Carlos. Messi even was able to miss a penalty. That's how dominant it was. But yeah, again, you can see we didn't have that much of the ball, but you wouldn't have known that from the highlights. Honestly, they asked me that in the press conference after the game. You only had 39% of possession. I was like, really? Because we seem to just be attacking at will. So yeah, that was just a really good performance, that one. Then we went and we played Stoke. Now, we actually went behind in this game, and we were relatively poor in the first half, if I'm honest. Second half, though, we bounced back really well. Silla, again, with a goal. Rashid and Messi with a double. You can see from the match stats, overall, in the end, we deserved to win it. The player ratings kind of tell that story as well. But yeah, we were a little bit, I'd say poor in the first half, to be honest. We really didn't play well. Then we played Derby County, again at home in the league. And we weren't at our best in this game, which is a little bit worrying. You can see the match stats show it was a relatively even game. Marin got the goal for us in the 20th minute, which is good. Silla with another man of the match performance. He's looking really good, and certainly helped us through the Jack Grealish injury from last episode. Overall, it was fine. Coetzee came back to the club. Good to see him still going in the Premier League. He's a decent enough player. Good ball-playing centre-back. We just kind of outgrew him a little bit. But yeah, good to see him back at Villa Park. And of course, leaving with nothing as well, which helps. David Bergkamp played in this one as well, which was good to see. But yeah, again, just a good, solid win. If you look at the league table, you can see we are down there in 6th. We, as I said in the press conference, 8 points off of Everton at the top. I don't think Everton's had a relatively soft run so far. They've beaten Manchester United and they've beaten Spurs. So the 2 tests that they've had, they've won them. So, you can't completely write them off. But it's going to get tougher for them now. Whereas we've played a lot of our tougher games. We obviously have Spurs to come this episode, but then we've played Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City. So we've got our tough run out of the way in the first 10 games. Theirs is to come. So I'm not too worried about them. We're only 5 points off Man United. So things are looking okay there. Champions League, we can all but still progression in this game coming up here against Schalke. That takes us to 9 points should we win. And then you would imagine that it's sort of a matter of time from there till we actually do book ourselves into the knockout rounds. And in the 4th round, the Carabao Cup, We're at home to Chelsea. Not the easiest one for the kids to face there, but it'll be a really good test. So I'm curious to see how we do go against them. Let's have a quick look at the team we are sending out to face Schalke in the Champions League here. We have a quick look at the match preview. We're favourites, excellent form. I don't have the German league loaded up, and we have very limited information here on the scouting report. I know it's behind my head, but they're a direct passing style, and they're going to be cautious. So a little bit like a Jose Mourinho team. Formation's interesting. I'm hoping we'll be able to overload them in wide areas because they just have wing-backs. So I'm thinking we might be able to have a bit of love out there. So let's have a quick look, as I said, at the team that we're sending out. And we're going pretty much back to full strength, albeit just a little bit more defensively shaped up because Messi's at top. So it's Cadell in goal. It's Nepo, Rodrigo, Forster, and Kostic as a back four. Tonali, Grealish, and Leroy. We're trying Leroy in this role as an advanced playmaker on support, and Grealish as a Mazzella. We haven't tried this sort of setup before, so we'll see how it goes, see if it works. Rashid and Rodrigo, they provide the width. Messi goes up top, and we did get in a second, also a backup goalkeeper. The problem is that he's not registered in the Champions League squad, so we got him from Spurs. We're paying a little bit of money. We're paying his wages and about 100 grand a month for the 3 months that we have the emergency loan for. But I just needed to get somebody in as backup. So he's quite good. He's arguably better than Cadell, to be honest, but Cadell's our boy, so this guy, and he can't play in the Champions League anyway. So he's not available for this one. But let's go and see what we can do against Schalke. So here we go. They are indeed lining up like this, which means no Markovic. He's not on the bench either. So Markovic has kind of gone to a club, it looks like, that don't really need him because they're not playing with wingers. But anyway, that's not really our concern. I should say, too, there will be a goals of the month at the end of this episode. We put 5 past City, 5 past Monaco, 6 past Lincoln. There's a lot of goals to look back on, and a few good ones versus Southampton as well. What do we say to this? I think we're the favourites. They give the fans a performance. Let's go with that. Some calm, we have faith, and Messi's already confident. Let's go. Alright, Champions League anthem at Villa Park. Something I long to see, but probably no. Maybe one day we'll see it. Now, as I said in the press conference as well, Messi has all but signed a new contract. It's an extra year, but almost more importantly, it's less wages for him as well, which is good. He's on 210 grand a week right now, I think, which is a lot of money for someone who's, aging rapidly. I think the new contract brings him down. Well, Monaco has absolutely given it to Sporting early on. Brings him down to, I think it's 150 grand a week in the end. He wanted to be the under-18s assistant manager as well. We already have somebody in the role, and to be honest, he's not that good of a coaching staff-wise. Here goes Grealish with a corner. Back post, it's there. Rodrigo! Oh, Rashid's on the line. He can't miss. He's got to be offside, though, surely. Oh, was that going in anyway? That's the big question there, isn't it? Was it going in anyway? So we could have got him for less with being the under-18s assistant, but to be honest, as I said, I didn't really want him to be under-18s assistant. Certainly not now, anyway. We might look to do that in the future, just to keep Messi at the club, because it's kind of cool to have Messi in a Villa shirt. But yes, he'll be here, assuming that gets signed. He's agreed to it. He just needs to come back and confirm it. There's a good ball for Rashid, and that one's going to count. Rashid, oh my God, whatever you say. That last name, 4th goal of the year for him. A stunning cross in from Nepo. That gives us the lead. Look at the fans going crazy. Excellent, excellent stuff. And Messi, once again, I was looking at his attributes, his stats, like his in-game stats, sort of before offering a new contract, like, do I actually want to do this, or am I just kind of really excited to have Messi at the club? Because we've got to remember we have that Brazilian kid that will be coming back next season. Messi averages like 3 key passes a game in this particular role, so it's definitely worth keeping him, even though he can't run. He's equal top goal scorer, I think, with Brian Carlos. Now, Brian got 4 in one game, so that sort of pads his stats a little bit. But, it's definitely worth keeping. And, so what do we want to say here? Things are going well. We're capable of better, I think. So, so hopefully we'll save a little bit on wages there for Messi, which will be good because we are paying him quite a bit. We'll get him for another year, which is excellent, excellent stuff. And to be honest, when we get that new guy back, the Brazilian, what we can do is we can look to play him. Who's looking nervous? Leroy's looking nervous. We won't say he's rubbish in that case, even though he's not playing that well. He's probably not playing well because he's nervous. Messi, more to come from you, please, mate. We play Messi in this deep lying playmaker role on support is something that I've never used a deep lying forward on support. I've never really used that before, but he's absolutely brilliant at it. And he's bringing in, I mean, you expect it's Messi, but he's bringing in the wingers as well. It's really, really working. Rashid, oh, he's almost got a double. Their goalkeeper's kind of bumbled it away, and it's gone out for another corner. So yeah, it's really working for us right now. He's bringing the wingers in as well, which is good. We're still scoring goals, and I get to manage Messi, which is the main thing here, isn't it? Here goes Grealish into the box. Rodrigo should retrieve that back for Leroy. Cross in, back post. Rashid's there, but heads it straight at the keeper. We're doing okay here. I think ideally I would really, really like to get a second goal here if we can. They have not had a shot on goal yet, never mind on target. You do just wonder if this is setting it up for heartbreak later on, don't you? There goes Nepo. I'm wondering too if we should maybe look to exploit the flanks a little bit more. Nepo, that's a stunning cross ball there for Rashid. Rashid brings it back in, and Nepo following it in. He's returned the favour. This time it's Nepo finishing off the Rashid cross. Second goal this year for Nepo, and that was a thing of beauty. Look at this. This ball from Nepo was amazing, and he's just followed it in. I mean, really, you're supposed to be a defender, mate. Let your winger, let Rodrigo run into the box, but he's timed it to perfection, and that's a stunning header as well. A really, really good goal. We won't praise them just yet, but at 2-0 up at home, I'd like to think we've done enough here, especially considering they haven't troubled Cadell as of yet. Cadell's done okay. He's made some good saves. I still don't trust him quite as much as I do Mosley when he comes back in, but he's doing exactly what you'd want your number 2 to do. He's just being solid. Nepo again. Nepo drives across in. It's bounced off a defender there. Rodrigo out. Not Rodrigo, sorry. I've lost it. It's Grealish to Kosic. Leroy, that's the guy I was looking at. Back for Kosic. Maybe a little bit more width here, boys. Do we have someone that could maybe give us a little bit more width? We're kind of on top of each other here. Tonali to Grealish. It's patient. We're working some space. There it is there for Kosic. Back post, and it's a goal for Rodrigo! Fourth goal for him. Kosic this time with the assist. Our fullbacks are absolutely killing it, aren't they? 2 assists and a goal between them. Of the 3 goals, let's not forget. We are actually getting at them wide, aren't we? I thought that could be the case. Look for the overlap out wide. They only have wing-backs out there. It was always going to be it is the weakness of that formation. If you don't have your strikers marking sort of fullbacks getting forward, you'll get absolutely murdered out there all game long. Do we want to bring anybody on? Let's bring Brian Carlos on. I forgot to mention, I'm pretty sure Brian Carlos got a goal in the Champions League. Did I mention? I can't remember now. Am I dreaming that up? So if we're doing that, we actually want to change the formation up a little bit, don't we, with no Messi. What we'll want to do here is I won't bring on Almeida. I'll keep him fresh for Spurs just in case, but we'll just do this. We'll sit Grealish up there, put him on attack, and there we go. Problem solved. Anybody else? I don't really have anybody else on the bench. I'm trying to keep players fresh where I can, just if someone gets match fatigued, to have a good option ready to come in. Nepo's looking tired, but again, we'll keep Dali fresh because we'll probably need him for Spurs up next. But this has been another look at that. They have not had a shot on goal yet. An absolutely stunning performance by Aston Villa. We've done really well on the counter-attack there. Most of our goals were on the counter-attack. We haven't had more of the ball yet again, but we don't need it. I mean, they have not done anything with that. That's a really, really good performance. I'm really happy with that. Quality of possession provides the victory. It was more than just... it was just absolute class, wasn't it? Fullbacks did a wonderful job. We'll praise him for his defensive work, but we could have praised him for anything. Now, I just want to check. I'm sure... Brian Carlos did get a Champions League goal against Sporting. Anyway, wait there, guys. We will be back for Spurs away. Okay, welcome back. We're off to White Hart Lane, or whatever they call it now, to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, whatever it's called. Now, if we look at the league table here, this weekend already, we're the last game on the Sunday. Liverpool and Manchester United have already lost. Everton, Arsenal and Chelsea have won. You can see their City's really struggling this year, down there in 9th place, only 16 points. You can see there is a little bit of a gap though. There's 4 points between us and Liverpool in 5th. Spurs are below us though with a game in hand. There's just that little gap opening up, and I really would like to win this game just to make sure we're sort of sticking up with them. You can see Spurs are favourites for this one, but... we have a mixed record against them too, don't we? We can see here, or rather you can't because it's behind my head, that they're a passing team, a balanced mentality. Carlo Ancelotti is their manager. Now, the way we're going to look to play this, obviously, as a passing team, we'll look to counter-press, put pressure on them. You can see from the heat map here, though, they're quite narrow when they defend, assuming that that's what the dots mean. So we will try and get at them down the wings. You can see that that's where they pass. I don't really know what that means. But they do tend to have some longer key passes. So we're not going to push too high up. What we'll look to do, I think, is just sort of keep a standard line and just protect ourselves a little bit from that. This is a team, it's pretty much, everybody's come up okay after the last game. So it's Cadell in goal, Nepo, Rodrigo, Forster, and Kosic is the back four. Tonali, Leroy, and Silla comes in because Grealish just has a little bit of a knock. So we don't want to risk him. Silla's been playing really, really well. Rashid and Marin's going to come in. Rodrigo is match fatigued, and Messi will continue up top. So there we go, we can see the way Spurs are lining up. It is the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Any names there we recognise? It's still very similar to the team they have now, isn't it? But they do have a young team right now, so that doesn't really make, not really surprising, is it? Silla goes out as captain. He could well be the future of our club. What do we want to say to this? We've been on a good run. Go out there and impress me. We go Spurs. We want to say that. They give the fans the money. Say we've been on a good run lately. Go out there and impress me. Some calm. We have faith. And yeah, we just need to keep doing what we're doing, don't we? And hopefully we'll get another 3 points here. Though, again, it's one of these games away from home against one of the better teams. A draw wouldn't be the worst result, but we don't seem to draw Spurs. I think we've played 10 games. We've won 5, they've won 4, and there's been 1 draw. We don't tend to draw them. So yeah, we'll just kind of see how it goes here. After this game, we will be coming straight back because we have Chelsea in the EFL Cup. So that's why you'll notice there's no sort of youth regen, so the guys named after you on the bench here. I'm keeping you all fresh for that one. And then after that, we have West Brom in the league. So this is not looking good. This is not looking good. It was deflected. Forster's got it. I think was he clear it? There was a deflection on that which took it onto the post. It essentially saved the goal there, I think, because Cadell was getting nowhere near that. So that's not a great start to the game. There we go. Now we've had a little flurry of action on goal. Cadell's looking nervous, which isn't great. The game's definitely settled down, though, now, hasn't it? It was just that early scare. We'll call it a scare. Nothing more than that. All right, here we go. Forster with the throw. In there for Messi. What can he do? Lays it back for Tonali. In for Forster. For Leroy. We're in tight areas here. Can we perhaps look... Oh, there's one over the top. Can we chase onto that? Rashid's there, and it's cleaned up. And are we going to find ourselves coming back the other way here? Oh, I don't like this. I thought we had a highlight. Oh, Son Min. It's there for Suso. Suso has one. Oh, just over the bar. Decent effort. You'd like to think that Cadell had that covered, but... I'd like to think a lot of things, to be honest. And I don't think he did have that covered. All right. He's looking nervous. Rodrigo's pressured by the get creative. As I keep saying, it's not really one for the defenders to get creative. We've demanded more. That's focused on coming into the break here. It hasn't been great, has it? It hasn't been a great game. There's been 2 highlights, both of which were for Spurs. And to be honest, both of which on another day could easily have ended up in the back of the net. All right, what does Stig say? Go out and prove a point. Have we been I don't think we have been the better team. Alright, let's go with Stig. Let's tell the players here that aren't playing well that we expect a little bit more of them in the second half. Please and thank you, guys. Silla's been quiet. It's not ideal. Marin's had a weird season. He's done... Actually, in between episodes, he was doing okay, but before that, he wasn't really doing too much. But yeah, we were just starting to see signs from him. But here he is again in the team here again against a good team and not looking as though he does too much. Now I'm wondering with Marin, I think I tended to play him with Lab and Almeida. Keep the Croatian Kings together. And I just wonder if he fits better in that formation, whereas Rodrigo works better, sort of with Messi. And sort of being more of a focal point of the attack out wide with Messi looking to find it with passes. There's a cracking ball, but Nepo just keeps possession. Probably a sensible thing to do there. Now, is this finally going to be a Villa highlight, or are we going to give this away? There's a good ball for Alpha Silla. Silla with a little bit of time and space, but we need to exploit the flanks. There we go. There's Kosic. Can we get a ball into the box now? Look for Messi's head. No, it's still there. It's bouncing around. Pinballs. And it gets hacked clear, and it's going to be a line out for Aston Villa. Oh, that was so close. That could have gone anywhere. That could have been a goal. It could have been anything, and we just haven't quite done enough to get it over the line. That's a little bit better though, isn't it? That's what we like to see. We'll give this a get creative here when we can. It might be time to make some changes here though, because we're not looking like a very good attacking outfit right now. Ball comes in from the corner. It's headed away by Rodrigo. Good stuff there. It's still danger though. Kosic is there. We can't get this ball clear though, can we? It's still there with Spurs. Another ball into the box. Another header away from Rodrigo. And another Spurs player picks it up. Come on, boys. Let's get in front of this. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this one. Come on, boys. Come on. Can we win that? Oh, there we go. Nepo, can we counterattack? Can we counterattack? Take your time, Nepo. Let's all stand around and have a chat, boys. See what we want to do. Football by committee, that. All right, come on, Messi. Messi looks for Marin. Finds him in a little bit of space. Is Rashid up there somewhere running into the box? There he is. Rashid! Oh, it's straight at the keeper with a tight angle. He didn't really have too much other options there. Maybe a little square ball might have done the trick, but this isn't working, is it? Do we take Messi off? Let's try demand more. Tonali's not playing well. Leroy. Okay, you know what we might do here? A point isn't bad, but I just feel like we haven't really threatened. So we're going to bring the lab on for Leroy, because Leroy hasn't done too much. We'll look to go 2 up top. This does leave us a little bit exposed. You know what? I'm going to be a little bit of a chicken here, and I think we might leave Tonali back. Leaves us really open in midfield, but yeah, you know what I've done here is I've kind of gone halfway between 2 tactics, and that might actually hurt us in the long run. But we'll see how we go here. We'll see how we go. Let's get creative. Messi's not playing particularly well, so let's actually take him off. He's tired as well. What do I want to do here? I want to keep the lab as this. I'm trying to think for set piece duties here. We probably want to do that. We'll sit him up there. Come on. Let's put Silla as the advanced playmaker on support. This is going to become Almeida, just like that. One generation of Argentinian legend replaces the next. Let's put him on attack. Let's get him into the box. And that all looks fine. Come on, boys. Come on. Let's go get this winner here. What do we want to say? Do we have any other shouts? We'll give it one more, demand more. Is it going to be a stalemate? It's been an even game. Oh, this is it. This is it. Just get this away. That should be full-time. Marin's done really well to head that clear. It's still there with the Spurs, and that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I don't think that's a shocking away result. We didn't really deserve anything more than that. That one sort of goal line scramble. We'll say unlucky. But yeah, I don't think we're at our best there. It's not the worst, I don't think. It's not the worst. You see, 10 points off Everton, but I don't think Everton's going to stay up there for the year. I really don't. So if you look at it, it's Arsenal. We're 5 points back from them. That's fine. We've had a really tough start to the year. I think we're actually positioned not too badly here, considering the fixtures that we have coming up. The one thing that we do need to kind of remember is that West Brom and Wolves are harder games for us, of course they're derbies, than they would be for anybody else. But otherwise, I think that's okay. But anyway, guys, that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Just lets me know people are watching through to the end and enjoying it. We'll be back. If you're new to the channel as well, we're 80 odd episodes in, so it's unlikely you're discovering it just now. But if you are, make sure you will welcome and make sure you subscribe. Ring the bell to know when I upload new episodes. We'll be back tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next time. That'll be on Tuesday, won't it? For the kids, warm up, guys. You're going against Chelsea. We're at home, which gives us a much better chance, but it's going to be a tough one. And then it's the Baggies in the Premier League. We haven't played them in the league for a little while because it's been Wolves that we've been playing, isn't it? So that will be a really good derby. That's all for next time, though, guys. Until then, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. And here are our goals of the month, going all the way back to September. Take care.